L-Manji, light of peace to all. Hello everyone, my name is TK Nakagaki. I'm a freelance Buddhist priest in New York City. And so welcome to my program. This program is started to bring peace, hopefully, and balance to your life. And because some people have some difficulties because of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and we need to find a way to overcome or just cope with all those conditions. And I hope this program help you somehow. I'm introducing different method, a different way to calm down based upon some Buddhist principles. And so the last time we just did a little chanting of the mantra type of things, Nembutsu. And but today we do the chanting the sutra, because that's also part of the culture or the Buddhist practice. The saying the name of the Buddha is one, but then the chanting or reading the sutra. And so that's what I would like to share today, and I hope you have experienced this. I don't know whether you can, if you can, probably today you may not be able to chant together, but if you like, you can join. And I put in the explanation in the notes below. Well, anyway, let's try first and see what you feel. So we have two kinds of chanting that I do, one for the Theravada Buddhism, one for Mahayana Buddhism. Okay? Right. Then let me start. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu. Gaon Chosegam Nishimu Jodo Shigan Umanzo Gazei Joshogak Gao Mulyoko Hui Daise Shu Sai Jovengu Zei Joshogak Gashi Jobutsudo Myojo Jojibbo Gugyo Mijo Monze Joshogak Ryoku Jinsho Nenjo Eju Bongyo Jigumu Jodo Ijo Denninje Jinliki Endaigo Fujo Musaido Jojo Sangumyo Gozai Juyagunan Gai Hijiega Meshi Gomo Ezogujo Agudo 波日月十十義伝言音部言異十外法上五世具独派上大十十説法十十具具用一切仏具足十独派元年出場万独異三害用如仏無下樹通達未仏性願学へ利義道自在上所志願略効果大仙王願道国小天ね東珍妙下ナモアメナブナモアメナブナモアメナブ So, how was it? I hope you enjoy. So this is kind of a music, a little bit. I mean, although I don't have much of a music, but I don't. I wonder whether you can tell the difference between those two chanting. First part of the chanting is actually the Pali language, and second one is the Japanese or Chinese language. And so the one is the Theravada tradition, one is the Mahayana tradition. So, oh, by the way, chanting, but so which means sutra chanting. Sutra is the Buddhist scriptures. So basically, we just chant the teaching of the Buddha. Sutra is come from the word sutra, to put it together. You know, like you wanted to put it together, then you just sutra, right? So that's the word. So sutra is the one that together, I mean, gathering all the words of the Buddha. So that's called sutra. And as you know, the sutra is a correction of the words of the Buddha. And normally, uh, sutra, the words of the Buddha is considered as like a mirror, because, sutra is a words, right? So words become like a mirror in a way. Because the thing, interesting part of our life is we can see other people, but we need a mirror to reflect yourself, see yourself. So which means mirror represent there's a part that you don't see, and then there's a part that you wanted to reflect yourself. Because we think we can see everything, but we never see our own face, right? I mean, unless you have a mirror, or that some people take a photos, but you never be able to see it directly. Yeah, so it's something that I know everything because that's me, but it's not necessarily so. Sometimes other people can see you better, or other people can see me better too, right? You never control even your life, your birth. Did you decide to come up here because you wanted to? Maybe not. And sometimes the death comes all of a sudden, and you don't control. Or even like a heart. Oh, now is the time to move the heart. We don't think that way either. So in a way, this life itself is out of our hands. And then how can you possibly say, "Oh, this is," I understand me because it's me, but yet, maybe not. Sometimes doctor knows better than you, right? But then the other way around too. Sometimes, of course, you know better than the doctor because you are associated with your body for a long time, and like that too. So we talk about the light before, and so in a way it's a little continuation, because the words of the Buddha itself is like a light, because through the words you see yourself, right? So which means, when the light comes, darkness break. So if it's a dark area, you try to find something you can't see. But then when the sun comes, then all of a sudden you can see. When you have a light, you can see things. Right? So that's how the light itself is a very important part of the Buddhist teaching. So And yeah, so the words are like a light. So that's why when we treat the sutra, the chanting is like you're, you know, you're meeting the light that way. And the last couple of weeks ago, the February 15th is the Nirvana Day, the Buddha's passing away in a Mahayana tradition. And so the last words what the Buddha said was make yourself light, make the Dharma light. So which means rely on yourself, do not depend upon anybody else. Rely on the Dharma, do not depend upon any other teachings. So, so those are actually very important words of the Buddha, last words of the Buddha. So what is the Buddhism is about? Yeah, Buddhism is about learning yourself, being aware of yourself, and learning the truth, being aware of the truth. Yeah. So so normally we by learning the truth, we see ourselves. And so important thing is know the truth, be aware of the truth, and then know yourself, be aware of yourself. Because we wanted to based upon the truth, so that everything kind of steady. But on the other hand, if some people rely on lies, if the everything information based upon lies or false, what happen is the uh, you'll be problem. You have a problem. And especially, sometimes I don't know, have you ever lied before? Yeah, maybe you were young or something. So you might say, or even adult too. Lies. You have to lie first, and then you have to have another lies to cover up the lies. And so the one of the problems for the lies is always afraid of the truth to come. If the truth comes, the lie is going to disappear anyway, right? But then the nice part of the truth, if you have a truth only, then you don't have to worry about the lies, because you know what is the truth. So which means your mind is much, much more settled. Yeah. In order to keep the peace in your mind, you know, you don't have to worry about, you're not afraid of the truth to come, because you're focusing on the truth. So therefore, any of the false, any of the lies doesn't affect you. So anyway, important to keep the truth as a focus point. And even knowing yourself is a truth of yourself. Know the truth of yourself. Okay, so then you have a little mind settled. So in a way, when you do the chanting, so that's a reminder, you know, know yourself, know the truth. So that's the part of the chanting, right? Chanting is going on, but that's the words of the Buddha, as if you're listening to the words of the Buddha, but you may not know what he says. But yet, in the end, what is the most important part of Buddhism is know yourself, know the truth. Therefore, keep that in your mind, and then listen to the chant. Or if you can do chanting together, you can try to. Oh, I was going to put it in the bottom of the page. There's explanation of this program, and so if you see, maybe you can read that part. Then, if you wanted to join to the chanting, you can do it. You can try. Okay, so I'm going to probably put it in there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. You have a nice week. See you next week. Thank you.